Imagine waking up on what feels like the most ordinary morning of your life. The city sleeps peacefully beneath the shadow of a mountain that has stood silent for generations. As dawn breaks over Pompeii, wooden shutters open, streets begin to stir, and another beautiful summer day quietly begins. In neighborhood bakeries, fresh loaves emerge from glowing stone ovens. The comforting aroma of warm bread drifts through the streets, welcoming the city into a new day. Soon, the marketplace bursts into life. Merchants display olives, wine, fruit, and handcrafted pottery while customers bargain over the day's first sales. Children chase one another through the narrow stone streets, laughing without a care. To them, this is simply another day filled with adventure. Traders from across the Roman world exchange goods, stories, and fortunes. Pompeii is more than a city, it is a thriving crossroads of commerce and culture. At the heart of Pompeii, the forum hums with activity. Politicians debate, citizens gather, and business unfolds beneath towering temples and marble columns. Inside the public baths, steam fills elegant halls where friends relax, discuss politics, and escape the heat of the afternoon. Life here feels secure, prosperous, and unchanging. Beyond the busy streets, elegant Roman villas reveal peaceful gardens, colorful frescoes, and quiet courtyards that reflect the city's remarkable prosperity. Street vendors serve hot meals to hungry travelers and local workers. Every corner of Pompeii offers the sounds, smells, and flavors of a city at the height of its success. A young mother walks hand in hand with her son, unaware that these ordinary moments together will soon become precious beyond measure. Nearby, an aging veteran quietly watches the crowds pass. He has lived through wars and earthquakes, believing he has already seen history's greatest challenges. Blacksmiths shape glowing iron. Donkeys pull heavy carts across stone roads. Water flows endlessly through public fountains. Everywhere you look, Pompeii is alive. Watching over it all is Mount Vesuvius. Calm. Familiar. Almost forgotten. For generations, the mountain has been a silent neighbor, never giving the city a reason to fear it. Then, something almost too small to notice. A cup trembles. Dust slips from the ceiling. The earth whispers a warning that few are willing to hear. A flock of birds suddenly takes flight above the city. Dogs bark toward the mountain. Yet below, the streets remain busy. Life goes on, as if tomorrow is guaranteed. From almost every street in Pompeii, one landmark dominates the horizon. Mount Vesuvius stands quietly beneath a clear blue sky, so familiar that most people barely notice it anymore. The marketplace grows even busier. Merchants laugh with customers, sailors unload their cargo, and families prepare for another peaceful afternoon. No one suspects this routine is about to end forever. Inside the bakery, fresh bread continues to leave the oven. The baker greets another customer with a smile, completely unaware that some of these loaves will remain untouched for nearly 2,000 years. From above, Pompeii looks like a city at the height of its prosperity. Elegant villas, crowded streets, thriving markets, and fertile vineyards surround one of the Roman Empire's greatest communities. Then, the ground moves. Just enough for a cup to tremble. Just enough for a few curious glances. Small earthquakes are common here, and life quickly returns to normal. But the animals seem to notice something different. Horses grow uneasy. Dogs bark without reason. Birds abandon the rooftops, disappearing into the sky long before the people understand why. A young mother pauses for only a moment, her eyes drifting toward the mountain. The breeze feels different somehow, but with a child beside her and a home to return to, she continues walking. An elderly veteran watches the horizon in thoughtful silence. Years of experience have taught him to respect the unexpected, yet even he cannot imagine what is coming. Across the city, priests continue their sacred rituals. Incense rises into the afternoon air as prayers are offered to the gods, while everyday life carries on around them. Slowly, something begins to change. The wind weakens. The streets feel strangely quieter. Even the city's familiar rhythm seems to hesitate, as though nature itself is holding its breath. High above Pompeii, faint wisps of smoke drift from the summit of Mount Vesuvius. Few notice them. Fewer still understand what they mean. The forum remains full of conversation. Business agreements are signed. Children continue playing. Travelers make plans for tomorrow. The city refuses to believe anything is wrong. Inside elegant Roman homes, tiny grains of dust begin falling from painted ceilings. Servants pause briefly before returning to work, dismissing the disturbance as another harmless tremor. By midday, the sunlight has lost its brilliance. A thin haze spreads across the sky, softening the warmth that had filled the city only hours before. A young boy stands beside a fountain, staring quietly toward the mountain. Sometimes children notice changes adults choose to ignore. Then, without warning, the mountain explodes. A towering column of ash, rock, and volcanic gas erupts into the sky, rising higher than anyone has ever seen. In a single heartbeat, Pompeii's ordinary day becomes one of history's greatest disasters. The towering column continues to rise, climbing higher and higher into the sky. What began as confusion quickly becomes fear, as daylight starts to disappear beneath a mountain of ash. Across Pompeii, life comes to a standstill. Merchants stop trading. Conversations end mid-sentence. Thousands of eyes turn toward Vesuvius, searching for answers that no one can give. Then the first flakes begin to fall. Fine, pale ash drifts through the air like snow, settling on rooftops, statues, and the shoulders of people who still hope the danger will soon pass. Outside a neighborhood bakery, warm bread cools beneath a growing layer of volcanic ash. An ordinary meal becomes an extraordinary reminder of a day interrupted forever. The baker steps into the street and looks upward. For the first time, uncertainty replaces routine. The city he has known all his life is changing before his eyes. Panic spreads through the marketplace. Stalls are abandoned, goods left behind, and the familiar sounds of trade are replaced by hurried footsteps and anxious voices. Holding her son's hand tightly, the young mother pushes through the crowd. Every instinct tells her to keep moving, even though no one yet knows where safety can be found. Frightened horses pull against their reins. Donkeys break free from heavy carts. The animals react before many people fully understand the scale of the disaster unfolding around them. As more ash fills the sky, daylight fades into an eerie twilight. Torches are lit in the middle of the day, but their small flames struggle against the growing darkness. The elderly veteran stands in silent disbelief. He has survived wars and hardship, yet nothing in his lifetime has prepared him for the power now descending from the mountain. Hour after hour, pumice stones pile onto rooftops. Wooden beams begin to bend beneath the weight, forcing families to leave homes they once believed would shelter them. The streets that had been full of life only hours earlier slowly vanish beneath layers of ash. Familiar landmarks fade from view as Pompeii becomes almost unrecognizable. In the confusion, loved ones search desperately for one another. Parents call for children. Friends search crowded streets. Every passing moment makes escape more difficult. But the falling ash is only the beginning. Racing down the slopes of Mount Vesuvius comes a superheated cloud of ash, gas, and volcanic debris, moving with unstoppable force toward the city below. One final glance. One final memory of home. In the fading light, many look back at the city they loved, never imagining how completely it would soon disappear from the world. Within hours, Pompeii is overwhelmed. Streets, homes, temples, and markets are buried beneath volcanic ash. The voices of a thriving city fall silent, leaving behind a moment in history preserved beneath the earth. Then, there is silence. The roar of the volcano fades, leaving only a landscape transformed beyond recognition. The city that had awakened with laughter now rests beneath a blanket of ash. Fine ash drifts gently through the still air, settling over rooftops, streets, temples, and homes. Time itself seems to pause. Days become years. Years become centuries. Empires rise and fall. Generations are born and forgotten. Beneath the earth, Pompeii waits in complete darkness, untouched by the passing world. Eventually, the city slips from memory. Fields and vineyards spread across the landscape, while the streets of Pompeii remain hidden beneath layers of hardened volcanic ash. Nearly 17 centuries later, careful excavation begins to uncover something extraordinary. Stone by stone, the lost city slowly returns to the light. Archaeologists reveal streets that look as though their owners had only recently walked away. Every discovery brings the voices of the ancient city a little closer. Inside an ancient bakery, carbonized loaves remain where they were left nearly 2,000 years ago. An ordinary meal becomes an extraordinary connection between their world and ours. As layers of ash are carefully removed, vibrant frescoes emerge with astonishing detail. The colors, protected for centuries, still tell stories of the people who once lived here. Homes, courtyards, gardens, and workshops reveal how ordinary Romans truly lived. Pompeii offers something history rarely preserves: everyday life frozen in time. Using archaeology, historical research, and modern technology, we can now rebuild Pompeii as it once stood. The silent ruins begin to breathe with life once more. Today, visitors walk the same streets once traveled by merchants, children, artisans, and families. Every stone beneath their feet carries the memory of a city that refused to be forgotten. Looking across the ruins, it becomes impossible not to imagine the voices, colors, and movement that once filled every corner. The past and present exist side by side. The ancient bakery reminds us that history is more than emperors and battles. It is found in simple routines, shared meals, and ordinary mornings that suddenly become extraordinary. The bustling marketplace may be silent today, but its preserved streets still tell the story of a community filled with ambition, friendship, and everyday life. If these streets could speak, they would tell stories of laughter, hard work, celebrations, and hope. The people of Pompeii were never just names in history, they were lives fully lived. Mount Vesuvius still watches over the landscape, calm once again. Its quiet presence is a reminder of both nature's immense power and humanity's remarkable resilience. Pompeii is remembered not only because it was destroyed, but because it was preserved. Few places allow us to stand so close to the everyday lives of people who lived 2,000 years ago. As we walk these ancient streets one final time, it becomes clear that history is not made only by kings and conquerors. It is shaped by bakers, merchants, parents, children, and neighbors whose ordinary lives became extraordinary through time. Pompeii was more than a city. It was a home. A community. A world filled with dreams, routines, and familiar faces. Though its people are gone, their story still lives beneath the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, waiting for each new generation to discover it again.